This message is special because I want to prove we're living in the end times. I want to prove from prophecy that we're living in the end times. About a third of the Bible is prophecy, about 30%. And most of that is talking about the times that we're living in right now. So prophecy is written to comfort saints and to warn sinners.
Hi, my friends. Are you wondering what is going on in this world? Do you want to know if we're living in the very last days? Because the world seems to be going a little crazy. Is this the final generation before all the end time stuff that was talked about in the Bible happens? Should you be scared about this? These are the things we are going to get to today. My name's Tom. You're watching the Washington River channel. And today I'm going to go over a bunch of end time signs, even more than I've ever packed into one video. Why? Because I'm trying to get people to realize how close we are to the end, and I'm trying to prepare them. I'm not trying to scare them. I'm trying to prepare them. Jesus is coming soon to rapture his church. What's his church? The people that belong to him, the people that have a relationship with Jesus and have the Holy Spirit dwelling inside of them.
And prove to you historically that we are living in the end times. And so, first of all, let me say the end times happens in one generation. This is very important to understand. This doesn't happen. Some people say it happens over 300 or 400 years. It doesn't. Jesus said, Matthew 24:34, assuredly I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place. And he was talking there about the end times. This is Joel 3 in the Old Testament. This is God. For behold, in those days and at that time, when I bring back the captives of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. And I will enter into judgment with them there on account of my people, my heritage Israel, whom they've scattered among the nations, and they have also divided up my land. And so God says, in those days and at the same time, 1948, in those days and at the same time, when I bring back the captives of Judah and Jerusalem from all around the world, I'm going to enter into judgment with the nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat. The valley of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat means Jehovah is judged. That's the valley between the Mount of Olives and the Temple Mount. That's where Jesus returns, to the Mount of Olives. He says, in those days and at the same period of time that I bring back the captives of Judah and Jerusalem, Armageddon is going to happen. This is when I'm bringing all the nations together on account of my people, my heritage Israel, whom they've scattered among the nations. They've also divided up my land. And so this is what's happening in the world right now. And so every generation could say they had an Antichrist figure and they had famines and they had all those kinds of things. We're the only generation that has every sign taking place. We're the only generation that has the super sign of the nation of Israel. You cannot have the end times without Israel being a nation. They're ground zero for the end times. Look at what's happening in the world right now related to Israel. And there's this incredible, crazy prophecy in the end times that this tiny little nation in the Middle East, about the size of New Jersey, would be the center of world attention and be hated by all the nations. Check that box. Going on. American campuses, our granddaughters go to Texas Tech. They're having it there at Texas Tech now. And all the craziness happening, this is exactly what the Bible said would happen in the end. And Jesus said, when you see these things begin to happen, look up and lift up your head, your redemption is drawing near. And I've got all the good news for you. If you're a believer, Jesus is about to come. And I don't know the day or the hour, but I'm saying the things that are happening in the world right now are proving that we're not just living in the end times, but we're living in the end of the end times.